Remember, the story that has inspired this video, and even my story, is something that can happen to you. Hello, it's September 2024, and this video is inspired by the story of Carl and Amy Nelson. Now, Amy Nelson, the wife, she has been going public with their story using various social media platforms. And she has been very lucky, both of them, to get some attention. I want to segue for a moment here by saying, unlike almost everyone else, like myself, who haven't, but I digress. So their story has to do with her husband, Carl, who worked for Amazon. Now, his skill set was specialized and unique, apparently. And this is probably why he kind of stood out to them for whatever reason. I'm not going to get into the whole story of theirs, but the focus here being how Amazon, in this case, used the government law to completely destroy this man, and they ended up losing everything. Now, their story may be on a different scale than most people who fight injustice or tyranny, and there's nothing in her interviews that I haven't said for over a decade now. I'm not trying to take away from her story here, I'm just simply trying to highlight that point. And I've said over the past decade or more now how law is being used as a weapon through accusations. And here is a very clear example of exactly what I've been saying for a very long time. And their story began in 2020, and it seems to have kind of possibly resolved this year, or ongoing. I'm pretty sure it's ongoing, but they fought. Now, their story pertains to them. Say, for example, for the sake of argument, one individual and the injustice behind all that. And they are doing what many people like myself have been doing for a long time, standing relatively alone as a descriptive, fighting injustice. Now, I want to segue for a moment here by stating that many people who are not liking the system or how the world is or anything else want to change the world, but they cannot help just one person with injustice, which is a form of tyranny. They want to run before they learn to crawl even. So this family story really shows how the government is used as a weapon. All someone has to do is make an accusation. In their story, for example, we have Amazon, a very powerful corporation with next to unlimited resources, using the government who has unlimited resources to destroy basically this family. In my story, for example, just to segue for a moment again, very powerful people, influential people, wealthy people, set out to destroy me using the government, the law, and they pretty much succeeded. I'm drawing this parallel here not to take away from their story, but to highlight how this is a reality. This is not something that I'm just saying or making up. I haven't shared any theories, opinions, beliefs, or wants with regards to any of this, stating the facts. And essentially, it seems like they have done what I started to do 10 years ago with my story. People, if they want change in society, they have to come together. The problem is, and I've highlighted this, the majority don't care. The majority, as a descriptive, are NPC-like. And that's why nothing changes. That's why nothing gets better. They, in fact, want the injustice and tyranny for whatever reason, because they don't see it as injustice or tyranny. They would rather live in their own little delusions within illusions. But I just want to bring attention to this couple's story, this family's story. Draw some parallels with my story. And I've said repeatedly over the past decade plus, I'm not the only one. I've met a lot of people like myself that you've never heard of. I never heard of until they reached out to me. This is what people should be paying attention to, these types of stories, and helping these individuals from the small scale to the large scale of helping individuals. That's all I really want to say. Drawing attention to their story, making a parallel reference here, and to say, I'm not the only one saying these things. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. The fundamental difference between this family's story and my story is that this family is battling a mega corporation. In my story, I'm battling the government, which is also a corporation. And that is the difference. Perhaps why people are more drawn to stories like this family, because people in general don't like mega corporations, and people are scared of government.
Listen to this and write it down if you can't remember it. You're never going to outgrow warfare. You simply must learn to fight. I hear people saying to me, oh, when is it going to get easier? When you die.